All right, race fans, we're here with Robbie Price. Hey Robbie, this is the first time I've had the pleasure of interviewing you, and 2 weeks ago on opening night you won the A main. You kind of inherited the lead, but you ran a very smart race afterwards. The track was a little beat up. How long have you been running a sprint car?
My first year in Sportsman's was 2014, and I've been full-time since then.
So how old are you?
I just turned 19.
Just turned 19, okay. So obviously you must have a love for the sport.
Yeah, you know, this is a family-owned and operated deal, so we all have a big desire to, you know, get me out there as much as we can, and hopefully one day, you know, make a living of it. But there's lots of guys out there like me trying to do it, so I just got to get lucky. So
Robbie, let me ask you a question, because I've never heard anything bad said about you, and there's been when I do hear your name mentioned, it's always about how you're an up-and-coming driver. Does that have any effect on you?
I just kind of keep to myself most times, try to avoid confrontation, but you know, I just try to treat everybody like I like to be treated. So, you know, I think it represents myself well, and the team's represented well, so I think that helps our overall image.
Okay, Robbie, final question for you for this evening. Tonight is the second race of the Summer Thunder Series. We got a good field here. How do you plan on approaching it?
You know, just kind of like every other time, all out. You know, you got to be up on the wheel of these events. You know, there's lots of cars here, lots of good guys, so just try to qualify well and go from there.
All right, Robbie, well, you have a great run.
Thank you.
Thank you. Folks, we're here with Colton Heath. He needs no introduction. The last couple of years, you've been one of the main front runners with a law car. Opening night this year, both you and the co-favorite Jason Sowell pulled off the track. What happened?
We broke a mag pin before the main even started, so put us behind a little bit.
Well, Jason said the same thing happened to him. So he said yours was a $5 part, and he said his was a $12 part. So was that a bit disappointing?
Yeah, you know, like we've had that same thing actually happen to us once last year down in Elmo. So just one of those fluke deals that happens, you know, and you just keep your head up, rebound from it, and come out and win tonight.
All right, so tonight's the second night for the second race of the Summer Thunder Series. What do you think of the series?
It's good, you know, it'd be nice to see a few more cars here, you know, but, you know, it's just part of it, you know. It's an expensive sport and it's tough to race for not very much money, so we'll hopefully, you know, get it bigger and better, and, you know, we'll get more guys that actually want to come up, and, you know, guys from, you know, even out of state want to come run this deal. So hopefully it gets bigger and better, and we'll see what happens.
Well, obviously, are you looking forward to Dirt Cup when the national guys roll in?
Yep. It's always, you know, that's the best race of the year, you know, because it pays the most, and, you know, the best guys are here in the 360 deal. So if you run good with them, you know you can run pretty good anywhere. So hopefully Dirt Cup will go a little bit better for us this year than it has in the past, and see what happens.
All right, Colton. Well, you have a great race tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, race fans, we're here with Darren Linder. Darren, you're pretty much a mainstay down south in the Oregon circuit, and you're up here for your first time ever at Skagit. What brought you up here?
We just want to run that whole Summer Thunder series. It seems like Steve Beitler's doing a good job, and I really like that he appreciates the drivers a lot, so I want to support that. And we've never been to Skagit, so I thought this is a good time to come up.
Well, you know, we definitely enjoy the support, and thank you very much for coming up. And I personally am looking forward to the two-day show late in August when the Summer Thunder Series will be at Cottage Grove. I don't get there very often, but it's just an amazing little track.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. I'm glad that they're working that series down there a little bit too, because this is probably, I don't know, it probably took us a good 9 hours to get here, so it'll be nice to race a little closer to home too.
All right, well, good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, race fans, we're here with Austin Weasley, and Austin, this is the first time I've had an opportunity to speak to you. A couple of years ago, I mentioned to Barry Martinez, I asked a question about a race that you and he were in, and he looked at me, he said, Austin? He said, Austin's just fast. And you are, and it's been a pleasure to watch you run over the years. Tonight, Summer Thunder Series, and you're running one of the Roots cars. How did that come together?
We just talked a little bit over the off season. He wants to go fast, I want to go fast, and I had some time off, and we're just putting a short schedule together and just see how we go.
All right, now are you planning on running the Roots car for the entire series, or will there be a mixture of different cars for you?
We're not really sure. Just whatever we want to do, pick and choose, and wherever we want to go, we'll go.
All right, Austin. Well, thanks for talking to us, and you have a great run tonight.
Thank you.
You bet. Race fans, we're here with Ross Rankine, and Ross, why don't you tell the fans where you're from?
I'm from Indiana. Grew up racing in the Midwest, and just out here for the weekend to race with Carla and Galen.
So, how old were you when you started racing?
It was in 2004. I was 7 years old. It all started in Columbus, Ohio.
And how old are you now?
I'm 20 now.
Why don't you tell the fans what college you're going to?
I study aeronautical and astronautical engineering at Purdue University.
All right, that's pretty cool, young man. So, how in the world did you get hooked up with the East and the Focus Midgets?
Well, it kind of revolves around my dad. He was pretty influential in the Focus Midgets back in the Midwest, and between racing in the Midwest and Carla and Galen seeing results, they asked me to come out here and race one time, so I did. That was about 2 years ago now, and I've made a few trips out here, and I have a great time every time.
All right, so young man, you're driving the number 92, a tribute car to Fred Brownfield. How do you feel about that?
I'm very proud. I never got the opportunity to meet him, but what everybody tells me, he was a great guy, and he did a lot for racing in this area.
Yes, he did. Well, young man, you have a great evening, and we'll check in with you later.
Thank you.
Thank you. Folks, we're here with Jonathan Jorgensen, a pretty familiar driver up here at Skagit. A couple of years ago, Jonathan, you were running 410s and 360s, and now you're in a Focus Midget. Well, how'd that come about?
Yeah, so kind of started out in the dirt game by racing these Focus Midgets, kind of back when Fred Brownfield was starting it out, and you know, it's always been a lot of fun, and it's really affordable, and you can go out and do it every weekend. And basically we had our sportsman deal, and we've been doing some wingless stuff with that, and having a lot of fun doing that, but you know, wanted something more, and seen what Galen and Carl have been doing with the series, and you know, it's a lot of fun to race with a full field of cars. We have like 30 cars tonight, and they're really fun to build, and they're inexpensive, and really they're trying to bring it back to you know, just making it affordable and a lot of fun to do. So, you know, why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? So.
Okay, Jonathan. Now, you know, tell the fans what the cost of one of these Focus Midgets is.
So you can pretty much pick up one. They have it down to where somewhere between 8 and 10 grand, you can get a car that is just as every bit as good as the rest of these guys. And then you just got to get your fire suit and your helmet, get something to tow with, and show up, you know.
Okay, so now the Focus Midget uses a Focus Ford spec engine, correct?
Right.
So what's the horsepower on it?
So the horsepower, I guess, is somewhere between 170, 180, and you can basically run that same motor for years upon years without ever having to tear it down or do anything. You just keep oil and water in them, and you know, it's one of the most reliable ways to race, and that's a big part of the cost with sprint cars and everything else, is rebuilding the motors, and you know, if one lets go, it's super expensive. They got a really good program where they'll rebuild them, and they got a guy that'll do it for a good price. And I mean, you can go week in and week out with just a little bit for tires, and they use maybe 4 or 5 gallons of fuel, methanol a night, and just really economical in every way from what we've seen.
So what's the size of the chassis?
So it's just a standard Midget chassis. They are running a clutch, which is nice, a clutch and a starter, so we don't have to have a push truck. You know, we can roll out right onto the track. You don't have to bring a quad to move these cars around. So that's just one more expense that you save on. But the chassis is a standard Midget, and the engine is a 2-liter.
All right. So Jonathan, with the Focus Midget races that I've had the privilege of watching, especially in the main, you can get a pack full of cars out there for the main. What kind of speeds are you guys running?
Well, I think on a track like Elma, you're probably breaking 100 miles an hour by the end of the straight, and you don't really lose that much speed in the corner. You know, the cars are really light. They're about 1,100 pounds, and they handle really well, you know. So, you know, at Elma, you're probably doing 100. Here, I'm not sure. At Skagit, you know, it's definitely up there. I mean, you're flying around these tracks. Once you get the momentum built up, man, they're very fast.
All right, now I gotta mention this. 2 years ago, you ran a Focus and you ate the field up, and you started pretty deep in the field. I can't remember if you won, but you got it like into 2nd place. So, what do you attribute that you know, that kind of racing for yourself? Experience, or just what's going on with you?
I think it's just luck. I think 80% of it is luck, especially for me. The luck on hitting the setup is big, you know, getting the right setup on the car, and then just being in the right place at the right time. You know, these cars bunch up, and everybody's just as fast, so you got to just make the right moves and put the car in the right spot and be pretty lucky. But I mean, other than that, you know, they do double file restarts, so everything gets crammed back up there on the yellows, and you know, you just got to look for the opening and go for it, and hope you're right.
All right, Jonathan. Well, it's really been fun watching your race over the years, and we're gonna enjoy watching you run tonight.
All righty, thank you.
Thank you.
So first stoppage of the night for a red flag. Focus Midgets self-starting as opposed to open midgets, which have got a push start compression started just like the sprint. Let him get the headstock off and make some noise. Your Buster's coming out. Ross Rankine is in victory lane. Holy safety here, Batman. Ross, congratulations, man. What a run for you. Victory lane. A long ways away from home. How does this feel?
It feels pretty awesome, especially to win this tribute card for Fred Brownfield first time out. Can't ask for much more than that, honestly.
Let's talk about the pass that got you the win. Crum had been opening up the door just a little bit on the inside of turn 2. Did you think that that'd be the place to go?
I know I had to get him going into the corner. It was pretty tight, but I knew if I showed him my nose, it might convince him to move up a little bit more and play it on my favor.
Former series champ Tristan Thomas behind you a lot at the end. Did you feel him back there?
I knew he was in second, so I knew he was probably going to be pretty close. He's always pretty fast, so I knew as long as I protected my line, I was hoping to be good.
Trying to hit on that. Was the strategy then at that point to protect the bottom and make somebody drive around you if they were going to get you?
Yeah, I kind of thought the bottom was the fastest, and if somebody was going to pass me, they're going to have to do it on the outside.
They certainly did not. Now, the running joke on this race car is that everybody gets fired afterwards, regardless of whether or not they win a trophy. So, unfortunately, you're going to get fired, but you get to take some hardware back home to Indiana.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity anyways.
Northwest Focus Midget Series, Carlin and Galen with the owning of the car. Congratulations, thanks for coming out here and putting on a show for us.
Thank you.
All the way from Noblesville, Indiana, give him a Skagit Speedway welcome, Ross Rankine, victory lane with the Northwest Focus Midget Series at Skagit Speedway.
Yeah.
This is slick and smooth and awesome. Everybody's coming down here to congratulate him. Checking out the tire, you got some running left, huh?
Oh yeah, we got a nice thing around that time. Kind of got stuck behind the last route there. Kind of got a little bit ahead on that stretch. Parker was awesome tonight. Can't say enough about that.
The car handled well too. You did a line go well. I mean, there wasn't a ton up top, but there was definitely enough to get around that traffic that was kind of grooved off, right?
Yeah, the first couple laps when I got around to AJ there, I knew it was important to get a really good start. Our Triple X car worked great tonight, and I got to thank Mark Ballard and all you guys at Triple X, and Mel did a great job of traveling. I think Mike Anderson make this happen.
You're a guy who kind of has a natural feel for the race car, especially if you know when traffic is getting hairy. Did you feel them catching up from behind? Because Colton really narrowed that advantage when you were dealing with all black cars.
Yeah, I kind of got a little skittish there towards the end. There was an 8 car that was sideways and pretty down the straightaway. So I kind of backed off there a little bit, but we got what we needed, and it was good.
A situation where you would almost rather be the hunter as opposed to the hunted in that heavy of traffic, or get the lead and just trust in yourself?
Sometimes I think that, it's better to run technical race, but tonight, the way the track conditions were, and I thought the track was excellent. We could have a little bit better top there, but I don't think we have enough people running up there, so we'll take what we can get, and we'll move on. 2 out of 3 wins in the Summer Thunder Sprint Series for the Northwest Team Expedition Scotty Sunday team car. Way to go, Jason Sobel. Hey, thank you.
Jason Sobel, your winner tonight here at the Summer Thunder Sprint Car Series in Victory Lane at Skagit Speedway.
Great night of racing. Again, if you guys are leaving us right now, thank you so much for being here. We still have 17 laps all left.
All right, race fans, we're here with Colton Heath to finish second in tonight's main. Colton, Jason did his usual professional drive. Tonight, you were Mr. Excitement. There was no doubt about that. How do you feel about your run?
I feel really good, except for one spot short, but that happens. Jason's a hell of a driver, and it feels good just to compete. There's a lot of times where I watch him drive by me, and he drives away from me. So, we got to catch him. I know traffic didn't work out as good for him, and sometimes it didn't work out for me. But I got a lot of good breaks and got a lot of good moves in there to where I was able to get up to him, and just needed a little bit more there at the end. I should have pulled the wing back or done something and tried a little bit harder, but just couldn't quite get there at the end.
Well, you started 7th and you came up through the field or through the top runners there and got yourself into 2nd place, and that in itself was really fun to watch. I mean, to be honest with you, a couple of times there you had my heart thumping the way you were going by guys. And then it looked like you had 3 different times when you got right on Jason's bumper, and then he just spaced you a bit, or gapped you a bit. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it was just, I'd get to him right there, and we'd both be trying to work, he was trying to work on a lap car, and, when he made a move to try and go, and where, normally I'd been able to try and capitalize, there was a lap car there, and sometimes the lap cars ran really good corners, and, Jason wasn't able to get by him, but just not quite enough. I just needed a couple more good opportunities, and I needed it to be 40 laps, and maybe I could have got the job done. But
okay.
Who knows? I might have fallen out of the seat and ran 5th. So who knows?
Yeah. Final question for you here is do you think Jason was aware of how close you were getting to him, and how close you had gotten to him?
I don't know if you'd ever would have known. I never really got a full side by side. I never got completely next to him. I just got to his bumper a few times. So he basically did what he needed to do to get the job done. So
okay.
Hopefully next time I can just do it a little bit better and get the job done.
Well, tonight's race, the way I look at it, Jason was Mr. Smooth and you were Mr. Excitement.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, excellent. Well done, and we'll see you next time.
Sounds good.
Okay.